Gobbler, I couldn't get that open, so I got stick. I got go across to Jamaica and drink. Not go across, but switch a drink from Jamaica and bring this on here. Appleton Estate. I gotta try this here. All right, boy, the old talk here. The old talk is here. My name is Big Phil, your host for this evening, and I am joined with some esteemed guests in the building. Right, we can talk everything today, from football to carnival to anything that come across your mind. Could be a girl, could be an ex, could be whatever. Right, we could talk about everything today. But let me just introduce these guys. Where are my manners? Welcome, Robert. How are you doing, buddy? You're
I'm
muted.
good. I'm good. I'm good.
You're good. You're good.
I'm good. Yeah, man.
This Appleton smells good, boy. Zahir, how you doing, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Manchester United gave me an early birthday present this morning. Celebrated my birthday with a win. But I must warn you, we cannot talk about ex-girlfriends because Courtney in the show, and we only have an hour.
Oh, okay. So what Zahir saying is that we should dedicate a different segment to talking about exes.
Different segment to Courtney and the ladies.
Okay, fair enough. There could have been a better introduction to the man, Courtney. How are you doing, buddy?
I am blessed and highly favored. And contrary to popular belief, I do not know what Zahir is speaking about. I'm an upstanding member of the community, sir.
Yes.
Yes, you are a respectable man in society. I like that.
Correct.
Fair
Correct.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, what has been going on this week, guys? Actually, first things first, I should ask you guys what you're drinking. Are you guys drinking, or you guys just here to chill and talk, or both?
Nah, man.
I'm here to chill. I'm here to chill, sir. I am
Ginseng in the cup.
Nah, I am. Yeah, I hear, because I have a fete to go to in the next 2 hours. So this is called a primer.
All right. Well, we gonna try and keep the bar talk for hopefully under an hour and 29 minutes.
No. We can talk. It's only a fete. But when I reach, it now starts.
True. When you reach, it's now start. True.
Yeah.
What was the latest with Carnival and Shred? I know who went road march, who went party march. Before when I answer that question, though, I kind of in love with this song here. I love the song.
if you're playing it, we can't hear it.
Nah.
You can hear it?
Nah, we can't hear it.
Wait, Rob, you can hear it, or?
Nope.
Oh, well, I will save that for another time then. Anyway, we're going on a road march and Party Monarch and all that. That notes yet? What happened to that?
There is no Soca Monarch. Soca Monarch has been cancelled. Well, was cancelled, unfortunately.
Basically, the mathematical equation is Marshall greater than social monarch.
No, don't do the man that. Don't do the man that.
Why is Zahir say that?
Well, as a consequence of Soca Monarch being cancelled, Marshall decided to move his show to Friday. People are of the opinion that Marshall caused Soca Monarch to not be a reality this year, but that's very far from the truth. Soca Monarch has been a dying brand. It has been for a number of years for a number of reasons. And this is just the end of that particular iteration of Soca Monarch.
So will it be replaced, or it's just going to die?
I honestly don't know. Unlike some of the other competitions, Soca Monarch was never government owned. It's actually owned by a franchise holder. So I don't know if at some point they will decide to resurrect it. But to be fair, the product that they were producing and they produced for the last couple of years hasn't been of the best quality. From the time that you have a show where the biggest and the baddest performers are opting out, then it dilutes the quality. Nothing against the young guns, but I've always said, if it is that you are in Soca Monarch finals, you have earned the right to be there. You understand? Not because they are young and upcoming talent, that means that they deserve a spot. Nah. Go up to the big guns and show that you could stand up and earn your place to be there.
I think it's an easy fix, I think if they sell the rights to the right person,
Yeah.
double them. If they sell the rights to the right person to put on the Fed from next year, think of bubble.
Nah, but
Why would you sell soccer monarch rights to a soccer artist?
Well, it don't
well,
have to necessarily be an artist. The thing about it is this: if your product is dying, there are
Yeah.
many reasons for that. Obviously, right? It's either the talent that you're attracting is waning, or it just could be the overall quality of the product you're putting out in terms of organization, stage, how tight your thing run, everything. All of that has a part to play with it, right? It's not just the fact that the biggest names are coming out because, I mean, okay, if I'm an artist and I have won this thing X number of times and I am interested in creating an avenue for the young bloods to get the exposure I got back in the day, then I would see SoCam on that as
Okay.
a get some big stage time and get some fame. So at some point, I might say, look, I've had my day in the sun, right? Let me pull out a little bit. But if the rest of your product could match up. So I think it might just be time for new ownership and a new vibe with the thing and a whole repackaging.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Anybody in the comments, let us know what you think about that. Soccer brainwash gone already, right? I assume.
Yeah, yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the biggest facts of the carnival season, correct?
Yeah. It was I think the ticket was like what $1,800 or some kind of madness. So I wanna
That,
know what
that's,
is there so great for me to go and pay.
but it's Private Ryan. He's one of the biggest DJs
Nah,
in. It's
nah.
Private Ryan. Nah, it Private Ryan.
Me and Private Ryan is the same man, right? I bald, he bald. Am I worth $1,800? No, I'm not.
No, I really choose with that second
No.
organization.
You can't tell
That,
me $1,800.
Yeah, but
$1,800.
again, as we live in a free will society and a democratic society,
Yeah.
if it's up, remember, you gotta understand
Men
something.
pay the money.
Soca,
No. It's
Oh,
true.
man, that is a lot of money for a
No, but
soccer
no,
brainwash.
hold
but
on,
people
hold
pay
on,
the money.
hold on. All you need to realize something, right? Soca brainwash was never designed to target locals.
Why?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. No, that is true. That is true. It wasn't.
Soca brainwash was designed to target all those foreigners who are coming to Trinidad or coming back home to Trinidad to spend
Yes.
their US money.
Yes.
And I
it
can't
was.
vex with the man for
Correct.
that. It's our business.
Yes. Yeah.
we don't need
That
soccer to
is very
brainwash
true.
locals.
That is very true.
Locals will get brainwashed every 5 years in elections.
Zahir.
Big man, you know,
All they need is
based
something
on what
yellow and
Robert
something
said,
red to something wash.
I done this. I done. I know
based on
explain
what
that.
Robert said, 1800 TT is
Yeah.
is 265 US for a
Yeah.
ticket. You gotta be crazy,
Yeah.
buddy.
No,
I don't think
but
it was. I don't think it was so much though. I don't
this
think
year,
it was.
I-
I
You
don't
gotta
think.
be crazy, buddy.
no, but what Cookie said was correct. Soccer Brainwash was made for foreigners. Difference
Okay.
now is that more locals are going it now.
Yeah.
You understand?
Nah, brainwash ticket wasn't so expensive, man. Let me make sure.
1800 TT, Jesus
Because
Christ.
It was. It wasn't so. It wasn't so expensive, man. Don't do me that.
Yeah, but I know it's money. I know it was money.
If I don't think
the
that
only thing
ticket
The
crossed.
only thing I pay,
Let's
Now,
say here.
the only thing I find myself paying 1800 TT for is pitch side in Old Trafford, brother. Together with stadium tour, together with a meet to Alex after. That is what I want. Maybe a little rub on Ten Hag body for good luck.
Nah, I think
I go pay me
if, I
1800
don't
TT
think
for
that.
that.
I don't think it crossed 12.
mm,
And it's a semi-inclusive event, so
Yeah, but I mean, when Private Ryan comes to Canada to host Soccer Brainwash, the most I would pay for a ticket in Canadian dollars, and if I had to convert it to US, probably would be 150, 160 US, if
Right,
possible.
yeah.
But right now, conversion from 1800 TT to US is 267 US. That's ridiculous, buddy.
nah, I don't think it's not
No, I
1800.
don't. Yeah, but I know it was money. I know it was very
Yeah.
expensive. I know it was very expensive.
Well, it's
Yeah,
usually one of the more expensive
expensive.
events,
But
but
I know how we just do it. It's more like a kind of festival thing. It's not really a fest. It's more like of a kind of musical festival. So yes, it's a fete, yes, but then you have like different stages and you have all the sort of food and drinks and thing you can try, and it's more of a it's kind of similar to like how Woodstock was. You can just go there and it's a whole experience now. So you're
So
paying for the
you say
experience.
they got different drink stations and food stations.
Right,
yeah,
right. So, yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
it's a. I wouldn't class it as a all inclusive because that it wouldn't be a true all inclusive, but
Mm.
it's a semi inclusive party. So you
But
Mm.
go and you can
the drinks ain't free.
add, yeah, somebody drinks are free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
Yeah,
so
all the
yeah,
that
drinks, but some of the drinks are
yeah,
free.
yeah.
food and drinks free is
Yeah, 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 yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
the definition of all inclusive, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But fair enough. And last question: when is the wrap up for Trinidad Carnival is coming up?
On
Tomorrow or
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
Monday and
Tuesday?
Tuesday are the parade days on the road.
Mm.
Okay. I had to ask this question a lot over the years. Why Barbados don't have 2 days
Two
for
days
carnival?
because all the Bajans, right, don't know how to walk up, right? You all need to
Because
learn to walk up properly.
I guess
Oh,
I'm gonna disagree with you on
fighting
that.
words.
I
Hey,
am going to disagree
Bajans
with you on that.
feel as though okay. I've been to Kapova numerous times, right?
Listen.
And when I went, every time I went, you could say, "Yeah, man, Robert, we gonna walk up 2 days, park up, 2 days, and they park up
You
already."
see, you had to understand, right?
No, no,
Most
no.
people,
The inexperienced
No.
Bajans
Robert.
just know how to joke and stab. That's the inexperienced Bajans, right? The other Bajans who grew up from
Right.
primary
I'm gonna
school
defend my
and
Bajan
know.
brethren because
Uh,
two words, Robert. 2 words will throw your argument out the door.
right. What's that?
Alison,
That's
Alison
nice.
Hines.
Alison Hines. Oh
right?
Lord.
Alison throw your argument out the door.
Oh
Listen.
Lord.
No,
She will throw your
Lord.
argument out the
Alison Hines.
door.
no.
I got poor.
Why?
I wish I had a Bajan
Okay,
drink in my hand. I got
tonight.
pour for her. Oh,
Why is Kaduman Day,
woo.
right? Not even a whole day. Why is Kaduman Day 4 hours?
But Robert, I am with you on that. That's why I asked the question. I am with you on that.
Kaduman Day literally is a work day. You reach there at 8 a.m. and by 4 p.m. it's done. That is a work day. That is a work day.
But I am
That's
with
not no
you. I am
Kaduman.
with you on that, Robert. I'm trying to figure out why we can't at least, even if we get the next day off for work. That is not
Nah, no,
happening.
no. You know why? We just party for 2 days on the road. Two. And Ash Wednesday morning, we in church, get we ashes, and then we in work. As though nothing happened.
No,
Nothing happened.
Well, I will say this, right?
Mhm,
Ever since I've been a teenager, my
mhm.
body has been conditioned to
Right.
go to party Monday,
Mhm.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And
Right.
bet your bottom dollar. I remember the
Mhm.
first year that I partied like that. So my father watched me and tell me, here what, I have no problem with your partying, but
Mm.
you're not taking no sick days.
Nah.
You will get up, whatever time you reach home, you will get up and you will go to work the next day and do not be late.
No.
And so said, so done. And I did that for a
Mhm,
number of years. It's now in
mhm.
my advanced age, I don't do it anymore. I will try my best to go on vacation.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But
yeah.
guys, how it is.
my students know they know I am legendary. I just give tests every Ash Wednesday. So next week Wednesday I'm
Oh,
looking
God.
for
Hey,
tests.
you
Oh,
was one of
you
them
are
teachers from
those.
hell.
You
That,
are them.
is
Oh,
that
yeah,
here?
yeah.
Correct.
Is that here you bad? You can't be
Wait.
doing that.
But
I
the minister comes out and says it is a normal school day.
There's what
yeah,
They're
I would
fighting
tell
for
you.
their test.
This is what I would tell you, Zach.
They're wicked!
That's what
yeah.
I
So
would
it's
tell
a
you,
man.
Zach.
Yeah,
Correct.
you wicked. Is that here?
You're nasty,
Anyway.
man. You're nasty, man. Bro.
Anyway, let me talk about what happened this week in the world of football. I mean, we can even start from where to really start from. I guess we could start from Tuesday night, where I guess the predictions for the Arsenal and Manchester City game are most, if not all, Arsenal fans had themselves to win, and lo and behold, boom, the slip from the top of the table. And I mean, I think it was social media versus Arsenal fans. That's how I saw it, right? But they kind of made up for it yesterday, right? But that's what it is. It is what it is. Our match versus Barcelona. I don't know about you guys, but I think we should have won that.
It could have go either way.
Yep.
It could have go either way.
I
To be
know.
honest.
I think we should have won that maybe about a good 3 or 4-1. I actually talked to a Barcelona fan who I haven't heard in a while. He was messaging me during the World Cup about Messi, whatever. And he messaged me all of a sudden saying, "Yeah, I hope we don't have to make you guys pay for it at Old Trafford. You guys could have won that at least a good 2 or 3-1." I said, "Fair enough. What you guys think?"
I honestly believe it could have gone either way. It was a exciting game to watch though, I must say. It's
Was
one
it
of the
an
best.
exciting game or an exciting second half?
No, it was an exciting game, man. Let's be fair. It was
True.
an exciting game. Um, it's interesting how that change in the tweak in the formation which puts this guy, tall guy, and I never remember his name.
Burgos?
Weghorst.
Wenghorst.
Begos, yeah.
Yeah, that puts Wenghorst as the 10.
Yeah.
Seems to unnerve teams now. Because
But,
he
but,
uses
but Ten Hag put Weghorst as number 10. It was the Leeds game, correct? And then we punished Leeds in the second half, I think, yeah?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
strange how, a certain individual who's seated in this room,
Yes.
sitting the man for 6, he ain't scoring, it go come. It go
No,
come.
I mean, I
I cur-
saying
I
I
cur-
hire
I
for a
curse.
walk. Be a
I curse
walk.
in Weghorst. I curse in Weghorst as well too. After today as well too. Yeah, I see you.
Listen to
Weghorst.
me.
I glad I glad for what you doing, I happy for what you doing. But my thing is we hired you for a walk. So my thing is, do you
Yeah,
No,
want
I would agree with you, Robert,
Yeah.
if it is that other people weren't taking up the 4.
Mm.
There we go.
You think Marcus would have get the kind of room he get today if they wasn't studying Wengos?
No. Well, no.
Correct.
There you go.
So the
But
man doing the job.
No,
Apart
yeah,
from
I
that,
understand that.
The man makes some trackbacks and put in some tackles.
Yes.
You ain't getting that from Martial. You
No.
wasn't getting that from the previous wearer of the number 7 shirt,
No.
right? You're not getting that from other people on the team,
Mm.
right? So the man playing with heart and soul here. He's basically going to be a Manchester United player only till the end of the season, right? So the man living his best life.
Right.
He enjoyed it. If the man don't score, but he does what he's doing every game, live with that.
Yeah. No, yeah, I got that. But I just find like today, today game, like I said, today Leicester City should have get at least about 5. We should have slapped these men today.
Correct.
I mean, I
Well,
just find, I find like we should have at least, we are playing very good ball, and I think at some point we have to slap a team. At some point, just to like kind of show the league that well we here now. Like how Man City, right?
Don't worry.
With the slap teams.
Next Premier
for
League
no
game.
reason.
so we
Next
so
Premier League game at
when I counted it today, Zahir, Robert, and Courtney, we should have won 7-love, and I'll tell you why.
Nah,
Yes.
7-3. 7-3.
7-3?
Leicester, because Leicester should have scored and he put something about
There
twice, at least twice.
there was a
At least
save
twice.
that David De Gea pull off where
When you kind of pull it back here.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of from the Manchester United
Right.
perspective, I think we should have
Right.
won 7-love because the score was 3-love. You remember the through ball from Sancho to Weghorst? He
Yeah.
got saved.
Mhm.
Talk about Diego Dallo in the first half, if you remember that.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that made no sense.
Lissandro Martinez hit the post with his header.
Yeah. No, that, yeah.
And then before Rashford got his second goal, he dribbled through a couple of guys on the left,
Right.
and he should have put that away. He should have done better. That
Well,
it went straight.
Yes and no. Yes and no, because of his form, we all assume that he would have scored because of his
Yeah.
form. But he didn't score. So to me, that could have gone either way. But to me, the Dalo one should have been a goal. That for sure.
Yes, for
That
sure.
for sure. That one for sure. Should have been a goal. That one had no right to miss. None.
Let me go
Gentlemen.
back. Yeah, is that here?
Don't worry. The next team that we play in our next Premier League game going to get slap up. Have no fear.
I think
No.
the next
Remember
Premier
our
League is Liverpool, right?
It's Liverpool, who is actually on a
correct
resurgence of
on the
form.
quarter match. It would resurgence, please.
Come now, man.
Please.
Oh, what's that here? Don't
No,
do
no,
my
no,
that
they
now.
are, they are, they are,
No,
they are, they
Don't
are,
do
they
my
are,
that
they are.
now.
They
Okay.
beat no. They beat a struggling Newcastle side that seems to have run out of ideas. Right? This Newcastle side kind of hit the peak, and they
Yeah.
seem to kind of run out of ideas right now.
I
This is
said
why I'm glad Tottenham win today.
yeah. I said that a couple weeks
Because
ago. Newcastle have ran out of ideas, which also we must state Unico and Dubravka cannot play in the final
That don't mean nothing.
versus us.
That don't mean nothing. I am
And
taking nothing for granted by nothing.
no,
Yeah.
it's true. But at the end of
Lawrence
the day,
Karius played.
Because
Robert,
there's
Robert,
Karius,
listen.
right?
Karius has not played a game of football since
Yes,
2021.
but however, Karius, like other teams before them, will on that day turn into prime Casillas, and he will save everything. All of a sudden, I just say now,
Don't
I just
worry,
say.
brother. Don't worry, brother. I have faith.
No, I believe that we will win. I believe that final is our own. I believe that we will win. But the boys can't go to that game overly confident to say, well, well, we're gonna win. The men had to play the men had to go in there and do their job. Once the men do their job, we go win. But we can't go in there, like cocky and say, well, what is it? Yeah. No.
I feel similar to how we went into the Europa League final versus Villarreal. I had the same confidence, but that got shut. That got shut down quick after 120 minutes and penalties, right? So
Yeah.
let me reverse a bit back to Thursday night with Barcelona, right? What do you guys think should be the starting 11 at Old Trafford versus Barcelona come this week? Because I think only Lissandro Martinez, Lissandro Martinez was missing due to suspension, and then the likes of Martial, Anthony, Scott McTominay, they were missing. Does the starting lineup change for you guys this coming Thursday, or you going back with the same starting lineup?
I think we Martinez is gonna come back into the game.
Correct.
I'm not sure who played in the middle on Casemiro and Fred.
Yeah,
Casemiro,
and we going right back
Yes.
with here.
And Bayern Munich guy is cup tied.
No,
No,
he
he
was
was
on
on suspension.
for two games.
He was
Three
suspended.
games.
He's available for this
Yeah.
season. No.
He's yeah.
No,
Yeah, it was
he
not
was
3 games.
just on suspension for accumulated yellow cards, not 3 games.
It's only one game.
Martinez was on the
One
same
game.
suspension.
Yeah.
Okay.
One game.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
So
that
he's
means-
available to come on in the second half of Fred.
Actually, I don't think he will come on. I think he will start with Casemiro in the middle. One of the problems that we had in the
No.
Barca game is that we didn't control the midfield. And I think Ten Hag is going to play Casemiro and Bayern Munich guy whose name I never remember.
Sabitzer, yeah.
It's
Sabitzer in that middle. Because we have not seen that
But-
combination yet.
But this discussion is also predicated by the fact that we don't know who Barca's midfield is going to be. Busquets may not be back from injury, and Gavi and Pedri are out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be more than
Pedri
likely
is injured and
Frankie
Gavi
de Jong.
suspended.
It'll be Frankie de Jong and Kessie, and maybe that's it. Maybe.
Nah,
I
regardless
think
of who.
Casemiro and Fred take more than 100.
Nah,
Yeah.
no. I don't think.
I would not start Fred because Fred is more impactful coming off the bench. Even though Fred got the assist for Rashford in that first leg, right? I would more want to see Sabitzer and Casemiro and see them kind of form some sort of bond from now to the end of the season, because I think Sabitzer has more to offer than Fred per se. So I would start Sabitzer and Casemiro.
Right.
So Martinez is going to come back into the defense. Sabitzer is going to be inserted in place of Fred. Outside of that,
And short to left back.
Yeah, sure, we'll go back to left back, so that means Malacia will drop back to the bench. I'm not sure
Yeah,
who the right back is.
Spider one or Dalo? Spider one or Dalo?
I don't know. It depends. It depends on who Barca plays if on that wing.
It can't be
Because-
Dembele. He's injured.
I think it'll be one will play on Thursday. I think so. Simply because Dalo played today, I think he will start one on Thursday.
Well,
I think
I had
so.
an issue with one. For some weird reason, one didn't want to trap the ball Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
I was cussing, and I am one of Juan Bissaka's biggest supporters. I was cussing that like, whoa.
Mm.
But, it happens.
Nah,
Outside
the
of
only
that,
man I really
episode,
cussed Thursday was the referee.
why cussing?
Yeah.
Referees are here.
Come on,
He didn't have a
man.
bad game.
The referee.
Come
You
on.
talking about the referee in the Barcelona match or the referee today?
No, he refereed the Barca match.
Oh yeah, because I think so. I was actually so a lot of people were asking about the whole foul on Marcus Rashford and that Jules Koundé should be sent off, right? A lot. I talked to a referee out of Trinidad as well too. He said that it is it is controversial, yes, but I think he said he thought that it was the right decision. So
Okay.
that is quite
I
interesting.
I
Quite
stopped talking
interesting.
about VAR. I don't want VAR. You understand? I am
It should have gone to VAR. I agree.
yeah, should have. But at the same time, I can't get vexed with VAR because VAR has been good to me, but then
Yes.
VAR has also screwed me up as well. So I have nothing to say anymore about VAR again. I will never have anything more to say about VAR again. I'm done. I'm done with VAR. I'm done. I'm done.
Nah.
Whatever, VAR, whatever. You
Like,
know?
don't get me wrong. VAR is used in the likes of basketball and cricket as well too. So I think about 4 or 5 years ago we were screaming for VAR, right? So
Yeah.
I think VAR will either go good for you or
Oh, yeah.
it will go against you.
Yeah.
Look,
Because even today, right? To be fair, Sabitzer should have been sent off today.
actually, no. Well, in
I
the
mean, if
review
you yeah.
show,
Mhm.
the
True,
review
true,
show,
true,
what they were
true.
saying is that when they slow down the now you could see based on the momentum he was carrying and the actions of his feet, he's actually slow. He tried to pull out of the
Yeah, pull out.
challenge,
Mhm.
and that is what saved him from getting an automatic red card.
But then I
Yeah,
have
if
seen
he had
other
gone
people
in
do
full
that.
blooded, that was automatic red.
But then I have seen other
Because
people do that and then they got sent off. So that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
It's a
the
kind
But
thing
you
for
of
me
also have
is
to remember,
if he had gone
right
in
side,
blooded, that man leg was getting break up. If he had gone full blooded into that, man leg was getting break up. The way he connected with our leg, if he had gone in full blooded, the man was gonna get injured. Right? So I think he got lucky. But then you see at the same time, when you talk about other sports, if you look at the
Yeah.
DRS system in cricket, right?
Yeah.
They always say that if there is doubt in terms of if the batsman got an inside edge onto the pad or anything like that, they say if there is doubt, the benefit should go to the batsman. Right? So as long as the umpire has doubt in his mind if the man get an inside or not, they give the doubt to the batsman. So in football, this is what I want to know if there is an established convention for a very tight decision. If there is reasonable doubt, do we err on the side of the striker or the defender?
I don't know. I don't know. We gotta pose that question to ref.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anybody in the comments who saw the match today, what they were referring to is Sabitzer had a foul on. I can't remember who it was, but it was high and it looked very dangerous. That's all I can say, right? So yeah,
But again, it worked in
Yeah.
our favor, so I happy. I happy. You know,
Yeah.
all
I am
right.
biased, correct.
VAR or in the cartel anyhow for we so.
Oh Lord, oh Lord.
No,
VAR
no,
or
no.
in the cartel.
We already pay we money already. We already pay we money. You understand? We have paid our money. You know who Arsenal? Oh, don't worry. We'll come back around for Arsenal, very soon.
I decided
Men holding
to
on to
share
that black
this.
side treat them.
I decided to share this. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but if anybody does not know what this is a jersey where half of it is Manchester United and the other half is the Qatar flag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right? That is the Qatar flag, right? Obviously, it was made up by someone, right? Or it was designed by someone with the expectations that Manchester United will more than likely, maybe, you never know, be taken over by the Qataris, right? And this was another design that was floating around on social media as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
fine,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
playing.
Whenever we live with the Qataris, people just
Oh,
get very creative, I must say,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, I will definitely ask you guys in the next couple of minutes what you guys think, because what was shared I want to say a couple of days ago was this here, right? So it says that Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani today well, obviously was Friday, confirmed his submission of a bid for 100% of Manchester United Football Club. The bid plans to return the club to its former glories, both on and off the pitch, and above all, will seek to place the fans at the heart of Manchester United Football Club once more. An interesting paragraph which probably caught my eye was this third paragraph. The bid will be completely debt free via Sheikh Jassim's 9-2 Foundation. Now, what I was told is that 9-2 is a dedication to when he started supporting Manchester United, and also the class of 92 as as well too, right? Um, and then I'll go to the last statement where it says the vision of the bid is for Manchester United Football Club to be renowned for football excellence and regarded as the greatest football club in the world. Now that news was broken on Friday. Um, so we all know that over the last probably, let's say, 10 years, people have wanted the Glazers out, and the Glazers finally caved in after maybe a couple of weeks after the CR7 interview with Piers Morgan, and now
Mm.
some traction is coming where um, this guy Al Thani out of Qatar, and also Jim Radcliffe, Ineos Corporation, have submitted bids for Manchester United. Now, obviously, we won't have a say in it, but I guess I'll go around the panel and ask, who would you rather see take over Manchester United, Sir Jimmy Radcliffe and Ineos, or Al Jani with his Qatar Foundation?
honestly, I don't know.
I'll go last. I'll go last.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I'm on the fence with both of them, and
Okay.
that's all I would say about that.
Mm.
Okay.
I, yeah. I, I honestly don't. You see, like, okay, you can't, you can't really talk about, I guess, the corruption and the backdoor deals, because I believe football is just corrupt right now. I think football is just about money and money and money and more money. So I think whoever in it, you just have to accept football is about money. All right. So as a fan, you may not necessarily agree with the values or whatever that these people are doing, but you can't preach, the niceness about football, because to me, football is just about the money. So you as a fan just have to accept, well, this is above me, and you just have to, I guess, more or less just think about your team. I love my team. You love your team, and you want what is best for the team. And for me, I know it was something bad because for many years I used to laugh at Man City for being oil money and oil money and oil money. But you know what I hate even more? Losing. I hate that my team is just losing. I want these men to come into my team and put their money down and buy players, not star players, real good players, to come into this team and
Mm.
bring my team back to where it is on top,
So
right?
I got kind of allude to what Robert said, and don't get me wrong, we used to laugh at Manchester City, but the difference between Manchester City and Manchester United is that Manchester City had to buy their history. We didn't,
No,
right? So
no.
I feel comfortable with. another billionaire owner coming to take over us because they're taking over such a massive project with such a vast history of football and trophies and what's not, right? So we were able to do this without oil money, right? Um, I'm more, I let you speak out here, but I'm more leaning towards Qatar because from the way Qatar handled the World Cup, and by that I mean with regards to alcohol and sexual agenda that some of these people from across the world were trying to implement on Qatar. Qatar is just saying, no, if you don't like it, leave, right? So it's almost like they're taking a very moral high ground when it comes to certain stuff, right? So, I mean, I can only go based off of that, but I'll let you come in, Zahir, and you tell me what you think with regards to Qatar, Al Jahani, or Sir Jimmy Ratcliffe Ineos.
All right. Firstly, I'll touch on your last point there first with how they handle things in the World Cup. The World
Yeah,
Cup took place in Qatar, which is an Islamic state. Therefore, Islamic Sharia law governs Qatar. So they have more leeway in what they accept and don't accept.
yeah,
Certain things they can't impose in a non-Islamic country, regardless of if they are the owners of the club. Certain things they'll get flack for. So if they are the ones who are successful, yes, they may feel way about things, but they also answerable to shareholders, the FA, and British law.
correct.
So they're gonna have to tolerate certain things, right? My summation of the situation is as follows, right? We, regardless of who wins, could never be in the same category as the billionaire owned teams who have had to buy their history. Our history is established. What we
Correct.
need to buy now is our future. We cannot compete with the mega wealthy owned clubs if we are going to stay in a responsible ownership model. And this is what I think Ratcliffe, Sir Jim, and Ineos will bring a responsible ownership model where the club basically operates on the profits from our income. However, the
Mm-hmm.
way our debts have been repaid and the salary structure at Manchester United right now, our income averages about 600 and something million. Our expenses, including salary and debt service, is about 400 and something, about 200 million to play with. That cannot give us the improvements we need in the transfer window, the overhaul of the squad, the overhaul of Old Trafford, Carrington, Leigh Sports Village, and everything that we need to do. We can't do that. The process is going to take too long. And meanwhile, the cities, the Newcastles, and the other clubs of the world are going to continue getting further away from us, right? Because
Let
they
me let me
operated
let
with
me
pretty
let me
much
add let
open
me
check.
add let me add something else that Sheikh El Thani said in his statement. He said the bid will be 100% debt free via Sheikh Jassim's
Which is the
90
crucial thing.
Foundation. Right? He also said
Which
we
is
will
the
look.
crucial thing.
Yeah, he also said we will look to invest in football teams, training centers, the stadium, wider infrastructure, the fan experience, and the communities the club supports. Right. One more thing,
Now, I know
also.
the biggest challenge.
Yeah, yeah.
No, go ahead, make your one more thing quick.
Right. So one more thing I would mention also, Zahir and guys, is that back to the World Cup. Qatar said, if you don't follow our rules, then leave. Right? Now, I'm going to assume somebody who says that has the same energy when they are entering somebody else's country, right? If you can't follow the rules when you're in my house, you got to leave. Now, I
Right
gotta
on.
reciprocate that same energy when I go into your house. So obviously, we stated Zahir with regards to British law and stakeholders as well too. Obviously, they're going to have to follow those rules because it will seem kind of hypocritical that I can state one thing for myself, but I do the opposite if I go into your house. Correct?
Correct. I don't think they would have made this bid if they were not prepared to abide by certain things and accept certain things within reason,
Mm,
right? And the other thing I'll say too is this now. If we have to to compete in the grossly overinflated transfer market value world that we live in, right? If we have to compete, if we have to do everything that we need to do, if we need to fix what has happened, this is what I want. I don't want American ownership. I don't care if it's Apple. I don't care if it's Tesla. I don't care if it's what. I can't bear the sort of American ownership again, because their concept of team ownership and how you use a team doesn't sit right with me, because we've just had that for 17 years. I don't need it anymore.
Don't do the Americans that come out, because them fellas in Wrexham doing a pretty decent job right now.
No, well, you see, they are not an American conglomerate, right?
Ryan Reynolds.
Right. What they bought into, they didn't buy into a money-making project. They bought into a community project. They bought into taking Wrexham back to the people, right? The mere fact that they went and reclaimed ownership of the race course for the club tells you how invested they are in that city and that community. Because the racecourse ground was not owned by the club, right? And they have now got to the point where it now belongs to the club again. So now they are free to do the type of infrastructure work that they want to do. So kudos to those guys. I'm talking about the billionaire corporation ownership that we've had for 17 years, right? I don't want that again. So this is where I will now lean towards the Qatari model. I know the big issue is going to be how will they satisfy UEFA that the management and ownership of FC is completely separate from that of PSG. And I know that is going to be something they're going to have to figure out. In the same way, RB Leipzig and Red Bull Salzburg have figured out their thing and have been able to show you for that, hey, look, two separate entities. Everything that the Sheikh has said, I'm happy with, especially the third paragraph that says debt-free, because we owe him still more than $500 million. You wipe that off and you take away what we have to be servicing in debt, then our net profit practically is going to double every year, which gives us room to do a lot. They will have the money and get the investment to do the renovations, the infrastructure, with everything that we need to do without putting any debt or taking. So let
me ask a question to the panel.
Finally, and I am being.
Sorry, Zahir. Go ahead.
Finish this last point. I'm being very selfish and very greedy. I'm going to be very selfish and very greedy. Everything the Sheikh say you bring in is real good. I only want one more thing. Show up with Kylian Mbappe by the door, and it's yours.
What?
No. That leads into my next question for the panel, because Zahir kind of took the words indirectly from my thoughts, and that was, let's say the Qatar Foundation 92 is successful and now is the owner of Manchester United. The Qatar owner comes up to you, Zahir, comes up to you, Courtney, comes up to you, Robert, comes up to me and says, here's a blank paycheck. What are the first 3 players? I just want 3. Give me 3 players you would love. It doesn't matter. I'm saying money is not an issue. Salary is not an issue. Give me the first 3 players that come to mind that you would love to see at Manchester United.
Kylian Mbappe, for sure. I ain't going so far ahead, but Kylian Mbappe for sure. And wholly and solely because it's Mbappe on the red half of Manchester. It's Cyborg on the blue half of Manchester. And the Manchester derby now is going to become the freaking biggest derby in club football. For conceivably the next half a decade or more. Right? Give me that. After that, we go figure out who we want in defense to replace the fridge, and we go figure out who we want in central midfield to replace Maxwell. But just give me Mbappe for now, brother. Oh, and apart from two other players, just sign an open-ended contract with Ten Hag. Tell him he could leave when he feel like leaving.
Right.
And no chance of being fired.
Mhm.
But when you ready to rock, you rock. You here for
Right.
life.
Right. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not gonna lie,
Hold on.
Mbappe is a good shout.
Where you going to
Um,
play him?
Ah, or it don't matter.
Up front. Up
Mbappe
front.
cannot lead the line.
You don't want to leave the line play with the two up front.
Mbappe more effective coming off the left, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
he got back
Is
with
that
Marcus
right?
Rashford now.
Now, you get Mbappe and Team Martial is out the door,
Mhm.
right? Therefore, you have Marcus Rashford. You have he who should not be named, who we may eventually bring back to the club once he gets his head straight, right? So we have that young man there, right? I honestly think, imagine if we go back to playing with two up front, but imagine you have Mbappe and Rashford up front. Bro.
But that lead the midfield exposed, no?
Correct.
No, you have ways to do that. I mean, football is an ever evolving and fluid thing, right? And you might say you're playing now 4-2 and then you men run out of the field and all of a sudden people interchanging. For me, right now, the modern football team has to have people who comfortable interchanges, just like how Weghorst is giving us a preview now of what might be happening in the summer, based on where Ten Hag is playing him when he tweaks his formation. Hint, 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 HK number 10 from Spurs, right? It's a preview into what might be coming in the summer if other things don't go our way. Because pretty much this is how Harry Kane is probably going to have to end up playing very soon. He can't play as an out-and-out target man up front,
Why?
right?
Why Harry Kane? Why Harry Kane?
Why? Because who else are you going to buy really and truly in England?
Ivan
If they don't
Toney.
go outside, who else in England you're going to?
Ivan Toney is a good shout, you know. He's a good
Nah,
shout.
I think
Ivan Toney is the boss.
there's something
And he's
in his story.
striker. Mm.
It's
You
a
know?
good shout, but I think there's something there given he faced with things with Tony that they might stay fast, right?
Why?
But
What?
if that gets cleared up, I'll see it.
So Robert, you tell me what three players you would
Uh,
want to see if you're given an
Um,
open chat book.
I would want right now. I wouldn't mind having Ivan Toney up front because then you could put Rashford on the left. That is his preferred position. You have him
Yeah.
there. You have Ivan Toney, who is Premier League proven, right? One of the best strikers right now in Premier League right now.
Offers more than Whitehorse.
Right. And then we still have Sancho or Antonio on that side. Right? We could bring in you gotta bring in somebody in the midfield. I don't know who.
So either Jude Bellingham or Frankie De Jong or
No, I don't want none of them. Because I
You
feel
want
like Jude
none of
Bellingham is a fashion pan. I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel so. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about him, but I think because everybody calling his name, sometimes those kind of players will come to your team and just won't be that player, So if you see how we brought in Sabitzer and he was kind of
is the England shirt
under the
Robert,
radar.
right? Wait,
Was that? So I mean, yeah, but
is the England
somebody
shirt you're playing for a different
Yeah.
country? You were not underestimated.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's I don't know. I don't know who to bring in the midfield, honestly speaking.
so they got
And-
two they got three. Yeah, go
And
ahead.
most
Robert.
importantly, the third player is Harry Maguire or the club. And I'm good to go.
Bring
Once Harry
in.
Maguire is out of my club, out. Once Harry Maguire is
Then-
out of my club, I
Out.
don't care. Out. He and
Hey,
Phil
we should put
Jones.
that in the contract.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. He
That's
and
any
Phil
question.
Jones. Yeah, he and Phil Jones.
Anybody who want to become new, If
Mm.
Stephen
Before
Harriet Calvin David.
Yeah.
before Courtney goes, I can stay who maybe I would love to see. And
Mm.
in terms of Mbappe is a good show, but then again, where does he play? Right?
Yeah.
Um, there's a defender that plays for Croatia by the name of Guardiol, who I think is very solid solid. Normally he got twist and turn by Messi in the World Cup, but everybody gets twist and turn
Mhm.
by Messi, right?
Yeah.
But I think my number one, not number one target, but I think that somebody we should go for if, and this is just hypothetically speaking, with a blank paycheck, I mean a blank check, I would put in a bid for Donnarumma to replace the hair.
No.
You wouldn't?
No. No.
I would. But I want Donnarumma.
Mm. No.
Mm.
No. I the here deserves to be in money for at least a year.
Yeah,
He
for sure.
deserves that. You know what I mean? And then see what happens. And then see what happens.
What do
But
you think of Kurt? What do you think of Courtney?
How old is
Any
Donnarumma now?
Late, early,
21 maybe?
early 20s. He
Yeah.
can be more than mid 20s.
Fuck,
Donnarumma had to
not
be can't be more than
no,
mid-20s. Nah, he had to be
because he
about
was old.
mid-20s now.
that guy made his debut for AC Milan at 16. Boy, he's 23. He's 23 years old right now.
All right, so you're
Um,
getting him roughly at a really good age.
Way before his peak, cause he ain't 30 yet.
But would he be prepared to sit down for a year behind De Gea?
I would say it's the opposite way around. Would De Gea be willing to pay second fiddle to Donnarumma?
no. Again, we know how the coach manders think.
Hmm.
He bring in if he brings somebody like Donnarumma is to give De Gea credit, to give De Gea a push.
But Donnarumma
Mm.
isn't going to leave PSG if he's not number one. Sorry, he's number
Well,
one for Italy. He's number one for PSG. He was number one for AC Milan. He ain't going to no Manchester United to sit on no bench. Sorry, he playing number one. And David De Gea is willing to take number two because David De Gea is already said he's willing to take a contract pay cut, right? Because he actually wants to see out his career at Manchester United. David De Gea makes a great number two keeper. Think about it.
I'm not saying
So
no,
Donnarumma for the league and the Champions League and De Gea for the cups.
Yeah, I can go with that.
I still feel De Gea deserves to leave with a Champions League winner medal. So
Well,
next year now.
Yeah.
So back to, I mean, Curtin, you stated your 2 or 3 players that you would want, or
the only player that I really would, well, there are only two. Between Jude Bellingham, because we need our stealing midfield, or Camavinga. But Camavinga just signed.
For Real Madrid.
Because he don't call him.
Oh, I never say that here.
Don't call Levi Garcia name. I said don't be calling names like Levi Garcia. And things.
No, boy. Camavinga, I think he would add a certain amount of steel to our midfield.
he's
Yeah.
a box, he's a box to box. Yeah, he's
And
not
he
there.
could be that Paul Pogba-esque player that we need, but not without the drama.
There's
Yeah.
no drama. Yes, I
Without
was a
the
big fan of
juju,
Camavinga when he. I was a big fan of Camavinga when he was at it was Rennes, right? Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wanted him, but obviously Real Madrid put 40 money for both Camavinga and Tuchemeni, boy. Holy shit, boy. The man just pull out those two out of nowhere, boy. But, I mean, back to the midfield, though, because I think midfield is where we definitely need to strengthen. Just to add another player, right back, I would also look at Denzel Dumfries from Inter Milan as well, too.
You know who actually might actually fit into the squad really nice? Yuri Telemans or James Madison.
And these guys will play second fiddle to Bruno, correct?
Well,
But at some point Bruno had to get rest too, because this man plays game in, game out.
so like
Right?
Telemans is actually a well-rounded midfielder who could play deeper alongside Casemiro.
Yeah.
So can Madison. So
Madison, I think, could do more of what Bruno does than Telemans.
yeah,
What this guy bought?
Now,
Yeah, no,
ideally,
yeah,
if we have a blank
yeah, man.
checkbook, I would just be nasty and go and make Martin Odegaard an offer.
Be-
Really?
I like him, man.
I would just be nasty and do it.
I
Well,
like him, but
The man is
if we be a nasty, I would throw the black check, but I'm Bukayo Saka then.
No, he could
well, that's
stay where he is.
two of them. No, but you see the Saka, you bring in Saka, of course. You're creating this dynamic now where all the reporters going to be comparing him on one side, Rashford on the other side, and I feel too many of them from the national team set up in that same lineup will eventually lead to little problems, right? The Martin Odegaard one, I really love the youth, and I think the youth ceiling is nowhere near in sight, and when he gets closer to it, it's going to be above Arsenal levels. He's above a club like Arsenal, so he needs to step up.
I got a question with regards to the striker situation because right now, over the last couple of weeks, is between Harry Kane and this guy from Napoli called Victor Osimhen. I don't know if you guys have seen him play or know about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with the name, but
Okay. I mean, Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is 24. Harry Kane is 29, right? A lot of people obviously can see that Harry Kane is one of the best goal scorers, not only in England, but Europe over the last 4 or 5 years, right? But Victor Osimhen is in the form of his life right now for Napoli, right? I think he has 16 goals in 17 games for Napoli right now, right? What is there a preferred striker you would want out of those two, or is there another name you would want to bring into the fray? As in, like, because we do need a striker next season because we can't rely on just Marcus Rashford because I think Tony Martial is frail, so Ten Hag will probably be looking to get rid of him. Whitehorse going back to Burnley, I don't know about Elanga or whoever, right? Is there a preference between Harry Kane and Osimhen, or is there another striker you want to bring into the fray?
I don't
My
know.
preference is for the striker has to be dual-footed. I don't want to have somebody who is primarily right-footed or as left-footed as Anthony seems to be. Right? I want somebody who is dual-footed. One. My issue with Osimhen is you're going to have somebody who is more than capable as your backup whenever he leaves the African Cup of Nations. And they usually leave at the beginning of the year when you have a lot of fixtures coming up after Christmas and you really need to start the year good and you really need to be picking up wins. Right? In the past, we really used to only be affected when Eric Bailly left. Right? And we had defenders to cover. Right? Having strikers to cover is a whole different issue.
Yeah.
Right? My little leaning towards Kane is, look, eventually this guy might break Alan Shearer's record. I'd rather see him do a United player as some player or any other. And I really think that the dude has put in enough, right? I mean, he's captain of England, break England all-time scoring record too. So I think the man has done enough to warrant winning a Premier League title before he retires, to elevate him above Gerard Hood and those other names, right? So let him do it first rather than, any small club.
Yeah,
Robert Courtney, Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, and another name that was thrown at me a couple of days ago was Dusan Vlahovic at Juventus, because we all know what Juventus is going through right now with regards to the penalty strike allegations that have gone against them, right? So I mean that's another name that was thrown into the mix out of Italy as well.
No, you see, I have a problem.
Yep.
There are very few in recent time. There are very few Italian strikers or prolific strikers that have gone to Italy, been prolific, and come back to the Premier League and been prolific.
Vlahovic is not Italian, but okay.
No, playing in Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we playing in Italy.
Shevchenko didn't work out.
I can't think
because
of
he
anybody.
went to Chelsea.
Can I say a name that came from Italy and tore up the Premier League when he came over?
Who?
Thierry Henry.
No, again, in
Uh,
recent time.
uh,
In recent time.
yeah, but
Okay,
Henry, but Wenger made a position switch with Henry,
Yeah, turning from a winger to a
right?
striker.
Correct.
in recent time, we've had the likes of Romelu Lukaku. There are a couple other players
But
as well.
Lukaku was our top scorer in his first season.
Mm,
Lukaku
Lukaku.
was our top scorer. Lukaku came from Everton as
The
well, so
man,
he
the
didn't get
man became the man became top scorer despite his shortcomings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That come like saying you finished third in a 3-man race,
All right.
right?
Before we mention strikers, think of the coach we have right now, Eric Ten Hag. This is not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This is not Jose Mourinho. This is not Van Gaal. Think of what Eric Ten Hag has done to the likes of Marcus Rashford and another player who I see on the same trajectory as Marcus Rashford, based on um, going through a bad patch, is Jadon Sancho as well too. So think that we have Eric Ten Hag at the wheel right now.
Don't
And
say at the wheel. Do not ever say at the wheel again.
we don't say at the wheel. Why?
Ever.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
No, no,
At
no,
the
no, no,
helm,
never.
in charge,
Right, yes,
in
All
yes,
right.
charge.
yes.
Okay. All right. I can
Yes.
work with that.
Right.
Don't ever say at the wheel. Okay?
If we thinking about Eric Ten Hag, guys, then despite all the issues, despite all the now allegations, despite everything, and this is not me saying that the young man deserves a free pass. I would love to see what Eric Ten Hag would do with Mason Greenwood. Though.
I would agree with you, Zahir. I would agree with
I'm
you.
not
No,
saying that the young man deserves a free pass.
Well,
I just want to see what Eric could do with it.
Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a lot of therapy that needs to be done for this guy, but I saw a statement a couple weeks ago where Manchester United Football Club are going to ask for the opinions of the men's football team as well as
And
the
the women.
women's football team.
Okay, now I have a question, right?
Yeah, what's the
Now,
question?
if you want to believe, right, in redemption, right, and rehabilitation, right, that means that you kind of have to forgive and forget the person's prior transgressions, right, to be able to move on, right? That's one. But two, I will say this, right?
Yeah,
I've heard many people say it. You don't get involved with man and woman thing. Man will fight, man and woman will fight now, and next 2 minutes they love up. How much
correct.
times have you not seen, right? Man and woman big fight in the road, bacchanal,
Oh,
rah, 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 rah. Next 2 minutes.
I haven't seen it. It has happened to me. So yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm just
Tobago
saying, right?
love.
Tobago love. Tobago love. To me, that is what Mason and his girl have. Tobago love.
Toxic,
You
toxic,
understand?
toxic.
No, 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 not toxic. Tobago love. It's kind of love, right? Where they have to be in that way to love. I don't get. I don't get, right? Because I don't like
at the,
abuse.
at the
You
end of the
understand?
day, I will say this, right? The Crown, I forget what it's called, the Crown whatever, they decided to withdraw
Crown
their
Prosecution Service.
the
Mm,
Crown Prosecution Service. Thank you very much, Zahir. Decided to withdraw their application for him to be charged and
right.
tried.
Mm,
Under the guise of natural justice, he's innocent
correct.
because they have not found sufficient
Not
evidence.
exactly.
Hold on,
No. Now stop it
hold
right now.
on.
Go ahead.
Wait, I'm gonna finish my statement.
I see where you're going, Courtney, but I
No,
kind
go
of
ahead,
want to lean towards
Hold on.
Zahir as well too. But go ahead,
Whether
Courtney. Go
or
ahead.
not, whether or not
Go ahead.
the substantive witness in the matter has decided to withdraw their testimony, they could have still chosen to continue the matter if they had sufficient evidence that could go into court without a shadow of a doubt and get a guilty verdict. They couldn't do it. So on that lens, he is presumed innocent,
But pressure does bust pipes. That's all I can say.
right? Now, whether or not he is truly innocent, that have nothing to do with me. In the eyes of the law, he has not been tried, he has not been convicted, and therefore he is innocent. The court of public opinion, while it has some weight under the laws, of the British Isles, he's innocent.
I gotta let Zahir get it. I know Zahir probably has a lot to say, but transition your answer into what you have to respond to Curtin with Zahir in terms of, do you think Manchester United fans will allow or get behind Mason Greenwood if Ten Hag is allowed to incorporate him back into the first team?
I think it's going to go like this, right? I understand where Courtney is coming from, and I ordinarily might say that myself. However, regardless of how damning your evidence is, you have to have a corroborating witness,
Yeah.
right? Because if it's an individual, photos of an individual that shows damage or the recording threatening the individual, that witness has to be willing to stand up and say, yes, that is a true depiction of me. I am the victim. And if that witness withdraws their statement for whatever reason and no longer goes forward, your case falls down. So, putting aside the innocent or not innocent argument, I think his quote unquote acceptance back into the fold should be conditional on certain things. You see what the club is saying, they're going to get the views of the male and female players. I think once they have done that investigation and they've gotten all that, I think Mason needs to front up. Mason needs to face all his club mates, male and female, and have a heart-to-heart. Guys, ladies, this is my side of it. Because there was no statement released from him as to if I'm innocent, if I'm being set up, if I'm being framed. He was advised to make no statement, right? So he made no statement. The statement he made after simply said he's glad he's putting this behind him. Not that justice has prevailed and my innocence has been proven. So people need to know
Because
from him.
he was
Because
already, hold on, Zahir. He cannot come out and make that kind of statement because he was already tried and found guilty in the court of public opinion.
Right. So, but here's the next thing too, Courtney. The man have good partners on that squad, right? Have partners who know what happened. I'm sure that there are people in that club who know the lock, stock, and barrel truth from both sides of that equation as to how things went down. Right? Now, it's not for them to come out and say anything. They could be out of place, right? But when the boy walks in the door, he's going to get certain looks from certain people. Because people go, no. People go, no. Right? So I think he needs to front up. He needs to take front. He needs to sit down and say, guys, ladies, here's the thing. This is what it is. This is what I'm willing to do to move forward, to earn back your trust. I understand that I have things I need to work on. I understand that I have problems. I understand that I have some issues that need to be fixed. Right?
I can run a question by Zahir, and I think what you said, Zahir, over the last 2 minutes has been the right approach. But is that easier said than done?
It is easier said than done. But if he does it, right, it speaks a lot about his development, his maturity, and where this young man wants to go with his career. If he can't do that and he refuses to do that, then that's a big red flag.
While I agree with you to some extent, we are now punishing this young man when he has no criminal record. Remember, this Man City player, help me here. He was just on trial. Mendy. They crucify Mendy. Oh, he's a this rate. And when it come out, he's found not guilty. But at the end of the day, he can't just pick up and reset his career. The damage has already been done.
Right. And this is where I think if Mason fronts up, he can undo a lot of what the court of public opinion says.
No.
People already making the mind.
Correct. Regardless of what Mason does in his career going forward, he can bring the World Cup to England, score the winning goal in a World Cup final, and all he will be remembered as is the guy who supposedly get away with abusing his partner. That's all they're going to remember.
Courtney, are you for or against Mason Greenwood coming back to Manchester?
No, I want him to come back, but the reality of the situation is it's going to be an uphill battle.
Oh yeah, we know this. Yeah.
No,
And it might not even be up to us. It might
I
simply
think
be up to
Let
sponsors.
me let me hear what Robert got to say. I want to hear what Robert got to say.
I think if he has to get back into football, he needs to forget Manchester, all right, and go back into football. Go to another team and does go from there. But I think coming back to Manchester would be too much bad blood, with for a lot of people. Even if he's innocent, even if he has done nothing wrong, people have already had their mindset.
Yeah.
He is this. So to have nothing that he could do that could change that. Like he said, he could do all of these things and it wouldn't matter.
So
It wouldn't matter.
let me ask you a question, Robert. Are you? It's kind of a question in a question.
Mhm.
Are you against Mason Greenwood coming back to Manchester United, or are you against Mason Greenwood coming back to Manchester United? No, but maybe in the future.
Nah, I think that he should not come back. Period. I think he should leave England, go to Spain or Italy or something, and go and play football there, and forget England because
So
I
not
think in England,
yeah.
yeah, I think
There's
England
there's
has
there's
already have their mindset on who he is.
there's just me, right? And I'm at that age where I am not frightened to say this, but based on the allegations that have been against Mason Greenwood, once Manchester United have brought not only the men's team but women into it, I think that's cutthroat for Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
think that's cutthroat for Mason. Once you have brought, once something has been wrong, once a woman has been wronged in that sort of severity, and you ask a woman's opinion,
Hold on.
I think you're cutthroat.
Again, again. We are making the assumption that she has been wronged.
Mm.
I keep saying, if the Crown, Zahir, you're correct, but you're also wrong. The Crown Prosecution Service could have gone ahead if they had sufficient evidence to go in front of a judge and say, okay, this is this occurred, even though they did not have a corroborating witness. They did not have enough. So, if you go under the guise of natural justice, he is still innocent. The problem is in the court of public opinion and in the court of social media, he has been found guilty, which is wrong. It
I
is
hear you.
fundamentally wrong.
Just
And this may all come down to,
before you come in,
and
Zahir, just to add to what Courtney said, right? The UK is not the UK throws the book very fast at a black man in UK, and that's all I can say. They're very fast to do that.
no, we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen before, right? Right? I mean, three individuals missed penalties in a shootout in a Euro final and were vilified and harassed and insulted. But a man missed a penalty in the World Cup and they didn't get a level of vilification and insult, right? So this is the sad thing about it is this: we can have all the good points and we can have all the good things to say or points against. This is ultimately going to come down to how our sponsors feel about him wearing their logo on a shirt. All this is going to take is for whoever takes over as team viewer, because I understand team viewer is asking out of their contract, right?
Yeah.
They're opting out of their contract. And whoever we get, whichever company X, decides they want to sponsor Manchester United, but in their eyes and in their demographics, they don't want their logo with the words Mason Greenwood on it. Then the club can't take him back. At the end of the day, that is what it's going to come down to, a dollars and cents decision, right? And it might be the most unfair decision in the world to the young man.
saying so you're saying that the sponsors are going to have a big say as well too. If so, you're saying that
Of course,
Manchester United will take into consideration everybody from the players, the
of course,
fans, but the biggest consideration overall is the sponsors.
of course. If your main title sponsors tell you here what we pulling out our contract because our image and our brand is so important that we don't want somebody who has been convicted by the court of public opinion to be wearing our logo because that's going to do damaging things to our optics. And you stand to lose $500 million in
Let me let me let me
sponsorship
let me a- let me
because of
ask
that.
you a
You
question.
think you keep him here?
Let me ask you a question, Zahir. if we lose Team Viewer as a sponsor, let's say we do incorporate Mason Greenwood back into the squad. If we do lose Team Viewer as a sponsor, don't you think there are at least a good three or four other sponsors in line waiting to be the sponsor of Manchester United? They don't care.
Yeah, there could be. It all depends on who's coming in. And then, two, we don't know how the new ownership going to feel about it, whoever the new ownership is, right? New ownership may come in and decide, we don't want to deal with this up front, right? New ownership might just cut their losses and say, here's what. We're going to do the bare minimum for the young man, which is since he come through the academy, we're going to pay for his treatment. We're going to make sure he gets his mental health is in order. We're going to make sure that, when we officially terminate his contract by mutual consent, that he's in a better headspace to resume his career somewhere else. And that could be totally out of our hands and out of Eric Ten Hag's hands.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of those situations where, like, it doesn't matter which way you swing, there will be a certain set of people that will go against you and for you, right? Let me move on to something more less, I don't want to say toxic, but more of a uplifting in terms of like David De Gea reaching 180 clean sheets. Now, I did mention that with regards to a pitch, not PHS, or a blank check, I would go in for Donnarumma. But you guys are saying give David De Gea one more year, and I'm a big fan of David De Gea, right? 180 clean sheets. Should it have been more, or is this rightfully deserved from David De Gea?
Well,
Should have been
to
more,
me,
but remember,
should have been
remember how
more.
much games that man play with Maguire and Lindelof in front of him, right? The fact that you still reach 180, brother, playing with some of the defenders we've had, Lindelof, Maguire, Uncle Phil, Madman Bayi, you understand? Nah, come on, bro. Come on. I honestly think the man has earned his place in Manchester United law and history, right? He is going to stand at the top of the mountain in terms of the record for number of clean sheets. I don't see that being beat anytime soon unless we get a young replacement. And I think he has earned the right to decide when he wants to go and not be moved out by the club because we think we're ready to move on, right? The fact that he says he wants to renegotiate his contract and willing to take a pay cut tells me that he's going to be willing to spend less time as the starting goalkeeper too. Man has a young family, he's gonna wanna focus on some other things, right? So if we could come to that arrangement with the man and have the man there to mentor a younger keeper, assuming we buy one that's not as experienced as a 23-year-old Donnarumma, right? We buy a young keeper who's new to the Premier League, who's not as experienced, not as adept at fitting in, and we have perfect goalkeeping mentor there for him because when David came in, he was 18 years old, right? And we didn't have a senior keeper really to mentor him. He came straight into the number one spot, replacing a man like Edwin van der Sar. So you had real big shoes to fill, right? And he had his challenges and he worked through all that. So, man, I have a certain amount of loyalty today here that I can't shake regardless of if he having an off game or off season. Man, I have a place in my heart, man.
I think it's unfortunate that the situation with Dean Henderson worked out in the manner in which it played out. I think if had Dean been a little more patient, and to be fair, I can't really get vexed with him, but I still vex with him because he got COVID in the most inopportune time.
Yeah,
You know, um, but he should have. To me, he should have stayed. He having De Gea as your competitor only sets to improve you. That being said, I agree with Zahir. If he's willing to take a pay cut and take a reduced role, at least in the short, in the medium to long term, I have no issues with him staying.
So do we Dean Henderson right now is on loan, correct?
Yeah, I don't
I
want him back.
Okay, just checking. 'Cause
Come on.
A lot of United fans don't want Dean Henderson back. They don't.
Nah,
and the reason
banana
for
rock
that
too.
the reason for that is the way he went about doing what he did. You
Right.
know,
The
I
man
again
take chain up. He take
from
chain up from the English media.
I think it's more of he wanted to play, but he just didn't go about it in the right way. Had he treated with it and kept it an internal matter instead of going out in the press and doing what he did, United fans would have taken him back. But
But Dean Henderson, does he have a problem with Ten Hag, or does he have a problem with Ralph Ragnick and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
well, he had a problem with Ralph Ragnick and Ole.
Yeah,
I don't know how much they haven't said how much communication he has had with Ten Hag. I think over the World Cup break, they did have some brief conversation. Also, it was reported, but nothing ever.
Nah.
They never really
I,
received.
I think Eric watched that from outside and realized that's part of the toxic culture in the dressing room. And from the time the opportunity for loan moves, say, man say in the room. That's
Yeah.
all. One time.
The man tried to do a Ronaldo and it just didn't work. Because you realize he did it, Lingard did it, and it just didn't work. Those things just don't work. It don't work. You know what I mean?
Nah,
So
but he
Let
like,
us
was
talk
out.
to Piers Morgan.
Nah, that's his deal was done before Ten Hag came into play. Before
Mm-hmm.
they
But
had decided.
but no, but I think they would have consulted with Eric still to it because even in the my thing is this: if you're approaching a man to take over as manager, the man immediately going to start looking at your squad. That's the first thing he's gonna do. He's gonna look at your squad. He's gonna make assessments. He's gonna ask you, all right, if I take this work, who's going to be left from that squad? Who you're planning to get rid of? First, right? We are starting to talk about who I want to bring in yet. We're talking about who you planning to get rid of, right? Or who I don't see as making sense. So that would have been one of the first conversations he would have probably had because Eric strikes me as that type of guy. All right, you want to come and do this work for you? No problem, but I want bap, 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 or else I'm not coming. Simple as that. You see, Ajax already bust the throat of his replacement, right?
yeah.
So it ain't easy to fall into the ball head, right? Ball head men have a way of doing things as Robert well knows. Right? It ain't easy to fall into the ways of the ball head.
nah.
So I
Yes.
think Dean has burnt his bridges, right? So I think Dean is gone. Butland is alone, so he's going to, and Heaton is not a long-term solution. So honestly, I believe under new ownership, we will be looking for a backup goalkeeper. And if it is David, I don't see David signing a contract now that's going to be longer than 3 or 4 years. 3 years, maybe an option for extra year,
I think David De Gea is
right?
30,
Which is
31 now, maybe.
31. So 3 to 4 years puts him at 35, which is kind of when you start thinking, hey, my young 22, 23-year-olds need to take over full time,
Nah,
right?
not with a goalkeeper, man.
So
A goalkeeper going till 30, 35, 36.
no, yeah, but you see, you have goalkeepers and then you have, we don't know how fast somebody's reflexes and ability is going to decline. Case in point, Cristiano Ronaldo is older than Wayne Rooney and still playing football.
Mhm.
You
But then you
understand?
see his goalkeepers.
So you
Because look at Buffon. Buffon is 40. It's 40 plus.
played in his
Yeah,
40s,
Man,
we
still
signed
right?
Van der Sar. We signed Van der Sar at 34, 35. Don't forget.
right. And
Yeah.
Buffon still play because still move. I mean, he's not at the level, right, of obviously like De Gea or Black or whatever, but he's still performing. You know.
Still better than Jordan Pickford.
Oh,
Well,
don't do Pickford.
I mean,
Don't do Pickford, now.
the man arms like this, man. You know, I you know, man, the T-Rex.
He better
I
than Loris
understand.
Karius.
Oh yeah, by far. Oh yeah.
Hey! Stop talking about Loris Karius, please. I'm telling you, Loris Karius would turn into prime Casillas.
Brian Casillas
Oh, yeah.
pull off a stellar performance on us.
I tell you.
Let me. It's, I don't know if I should ask this question, but it is not football related, man. I give another 10 more minutes in the bar because we want to talk about more than just football and what's not, right? Now, whoever in the comments and this panel as well too. There's one girl in Canada. There's one girl telling me that she will not take me seriously because I'm a Caribbean person. And I said, what does that mean? I said, and she said she has dealt with Caribbean men in the past, and all of them have cheated on her. Talk to me, guys. Is it true that all Caribbean men cheat?
I volunteer as tribute to prove the woman wrong.
But but if she bypass me, she can bypass you out here as well too. What's your
I
best?
volunteer. I
What's your
volunteer. I volunteer.
What's your man see you from Trinidad and Tobago, which is in the Caribbean? She can bypass you. But
Yeah,
do all Caribbean men cheat?
well, I guess it depends on what you define as cheating, right? And men and women have vastly different ideas of what constitutes cheating. And
If
then
it's all, so if so she saw me talking to another girl and she's deemed that as cheating. And by talking to me, I could be just having a conversation. Could be about fucking
see,
football or whatever. That's I won't reveal what the
this,
conversation was, but she
this
just
is
saw
what
me
I mean
talking
by
to her.
vastly different ideas, because there is a prevailing thought that women need a reason and all men need is an opportunity. You hear a lot of women say that women need a lock solid reason to step out, and that by the time a woman steps out physically, she has already in her mind ended that relationship, gone through all the pros and cons, and already, for want of a better term, started unloving that person mentally and emotionally
Let
before
me
she steps out.
I don't know if Courtney
Yeah,
or
let me,
Robert want to contribute to that, but in my opinion, I think women cheat more than men.
I will plead the fifth on this conversation.
Okay,
boy, more than I wouldn't say, Phil. I wouldn't say more than no. What I would say is that because there has been a certain leveling of the playing fields, because our sisters are now in the position where they are as and better educated than many of their male counterparts, and they are holding down equitable or even
I hear this.
better
I hear the
parents.
woman. I hear the woman. It give me a chance. She said, "I from the Caribbean." She probably see this bandana, and she said, "Nah, I can't deal with the Caribbean man. I do.
Yeah,
I
but
do nothing wrong."
Correct.
but no, but
So I don't think it's
again,
more. I think it's no, because they are so on a playing field where where certain things now no longer can be done without it being seen. It seems like more, right? It just
Robert
simply
talk.
seems like more.
Robert talk. I do nothing wrong.
okay, like she is being what is the word? Xenophobic. That's what she's being. Xenophobic. Right? Because how can you just say all Caribbean men? Right? I could say that all women from Canada, right, are crazy, but I won't
Yeah,
say
exactly.
I won't. But I mean, like this, right? Black men don't cheat, right? Black men don't cheat. They don't.
No, no,
Black men
no,
don't cheat.
no.
Man from Arima don't cheat. Man from Aruka don't cheat. Right? Man from Granny don't cheat. Man
Man
from
who first name
Town,
is Courtney.
right, don't cheat. Right? See, men from Town, they just cheat. Men from South, they must cheat. Right? They must nasty man. See, we up in the East, we good. Right? Red man is cheat all the time. All of them. All of them is nasty man.
Courtney take out the
Right?
headset so he can't hear what being said, yes?
No, but you see, I'll say this, right? As Zahir did say, right, yes, we are at a level playing field, right? And do I agree that women cheat more than men? No. I think it is more equal. Not more equal. I think men of value, men who have the looks and the money and the thing have more access to more women. Right? The women have more access to more people. So now they have more options. So if you have a guy, so if she with you, right, and you not up to standard, she can go and fight the next one and replace you today.
Now, when you talk about opportunity, I have made this point to a lot of female acquaintances, right? And like anytime I hear a woman start to say, she can't find somebody or she can't find this or she can't get it, I always say, darling, it's by choice.
But
I don't care.
Zahir, women got more options than men.
Right. And my point in it is, you could be what type of woman, what age. You could have your own opinions about how you look. You could think you look great. You could think you're not looking great. You could be what size, shape, color, creed, what. I honestly believe every woman has at least one male friend. She knows that if she pick up the phone and simply say, hello, have an itch, need to get scratched, she will get an answer. Right? And they denial about that. It's not that you're actively cultivating that type of friendship, but you have at least one little worthless fella in your circle that you know. If you pick up your phone and say, pal, tonight is your lucky night, you're getting through. Guys don't really have, I don't know if every guy have that, really and true.
No.
I
pretty sure.
I agree with Zahir. There's at least 5 or 6 men in the DMs where if the girl call you at 2 o'clock in the morning, ask you what you're doing, he waking up, wiping the coal out his eyes and saying,
I mean, you're pulling the Drake. You used to call me on my cell phone. You're pulling the Drake. Hot sauce and all. You're pulling the Drake.
Guys, this is what Old Talk is about. We just don't come here to talk about football. We come to talk about things going on in each other's country, and we try to be a bit more formal. Listen there, Robert.
Tell your friend, right?
I can tell her, yeah.
Right. That Caribbean men don't cheat, right? Right. Where's she from?
Oh, she's Canadian.
Right. She cheats. So firebun sheet, right? Firebun sheet.
Guys, I just want to make one last closing statement. I just want to thank you guys for helping me celebrate my birthday, for spending it with me.
Happy birthday. Always blessings on
This was one of my most enjoyable birthdays.
For sure.
Yeah.
Big up to Zahir on his birthday. And what better way than to have a win versus Leicester and to come on an Old Talk and just talk whatever you want to talk about, buddy.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Yes.
Guys, it has been Old Talk on a Sunday. For me, it's a bank holiday tomorrow. I don't know about you guys, but tomorrow
2 more days home.
Oh yeah, 2 more days home. True. Well, tomorrow, enjoy yourself, guys. Stay safe, love life, and as always, this has been Old Talk. Big Phil out. Zahir, thanks for joining. Courtney, Robert, thanks for joining as well too. Have a great day, guys, and peace and love.
Right.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this